I have to be honest, this wasn't the video I was originally going to upload, but it has been on my mind a lot these days. You know when you try to sleep at night and suddenly your brain just decides to randomly remind you of something embarrassing you did when you were young? Hey, you going to sleep? Yes, now shut up, brain. Remember that time in school when you peed your pants in front of your crush? I know for a fact you know what I'm talking about. For some reason, I've recently been remembering a particular moment in my life that makes me cringe to my toes when I think about it. And I don't even have legs! I mean, it's not nearly as bad as it could have been, but it still left me feeling a little shaken up to say the least. A couple of weeks ago, I headed out for Sunday church as I do every week, and when I arrived, it was a lovely environment just as usual. Take note, this was actually the first church service after the lockdown, so we haven't really seen each other in a while, which made this reunion really special. However, when we got to the worship service and everybody had to stand up, things took a turn for the worst. You see, the day before, I was at a friend's place just hanging out, and we both spent time in her room playing Mortal Kombat. Also want to mention that I won every round, because I'm a pro. Ha! Take that, noob! Cybot. But like every other cocky person in the world, karma eventually comes to bite you in the glutes. And boy, did it bite hard. What's really funny though while making this video is that I just realized I don't actually wear clothes in my videos. For whatever reason. So for the first time, I'm actually going to be wearing pants for the rest of the video, and you'll see why in a second. When I got up from her bed, I realized I had a big brown stain on the back of my pants because I'd apparently sat on a piece of Lindor chocolate that was just casually laying on her bed. It literally looked like I'd shat myself and created a full-on Jackson Pollock on the back of my pants. But hey, things like this happen, so I'm not mad at myself for not paying attention to where I place my butt cheeks, okay? What I am mad at myself for, though, is why I didn't decide to clean my pants as soon as I got up. Instead, I ended up getting distracted just as I usually do. Aw, man. Dave, the pizza delivery's here. Aw, yeah! I then figured out I'd just wash my pants later when I get home, which would have just been fine, except I didn't! I got home really late that day and went straight into bed because I was exhausted. But when I woke up in the morning, I realized I'd overslept, so I had to head out to church as quickly as possible or else I was going to be late. And it was at this very moment, when everybody was stood up singing during worship, that I realized I completely forgot about the stain on my pants. I kid you not, I was actually shell-shocked. I think the worst part about it was not knowing if people standing behind me could see the stain or not, and not being able to just turn around and see who was behind me because that would have just been awkward. There was nothing I could do because there was no bathroom nearby, and I also didn't want to miss out any of the service at the time. I was literally a sitting duck at this point. All I could do was to somehow get through this, haul ass to the closest bathroom, and wash the stain off with my bare hands. I'm not even joking, you guys. It literally felt like I was having palpitations in that moment. My brain was just coming up with all kinds of possibilities of what the people behind me could be thinking. This was about 4 minutes into the worship service with everybody standing, so they probably saw the stain before I myself even remembered it. Now, I have to be honest, I deal with situations like this very well, alright, you guys? This isn't the first time I've been put on the spot before. I remember when I was 10 years old and I had to give a presentation in class, and whenever the teacher asked me a question in front of everyone, I was literally frozen. Anyway, so I handled my situation like a champ. I just thought to myself, I don't care if anybody thinks that I shat myself, I know what it really is. I can prove to them it's chocolate anytime. Wait a second, is that laughing I hear behind me? Oh no, I've been spotted. So at a random moment during the worship service, I suddenly hear these two female voices behind me burst out in laughter. I was 99% sure they were laughing at me, so I really started to feel the pressure at this point. I don't know what made me do it, but I decided to just turn around and see who it was. And as soon as I did that, both of them just stopped laughing. Oh boy. That definitely means they were laughing at me. Finally, the worship service ended after what felt like hours, and I finally got to run to the nearest bathroom to successfully wash the chocolate off my pants. And yeah, that's it. End of story. The story kind of reminds me on the scene from the movie Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, when the main character Greg Heffley also sat on a piece of chocolate on his way to church and stained his pants. However, my situation was not nearly as bad as his, to say the least.
Poop! He's pooped his pants!
No, it isn't what it looks like. It isn't. It's chocolate. Chocolate. See?
Anyways, folks, I hope this story gave you a little laugh. If not, that's fine. There's still one thing I just want you guys to take away from this video, which is to be extra careful wherever you place your butt cheeks, and to never challenge me in a game of Mortal Kombat unless you want to get roasted!